changed and made new. When an angel made his dream come true, and now he brings his dream to you. And it's Paolo.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Spoonful of Paolo! Okay, I am so excited because we're back at the Oprah Winfrey Network to interview Lisa Ling. Yes, her show comes back on the Oprah Winfrey Network. It's season 3, and it's one of my favorite shows, okay? So there's no excuses. You all need to watch it. All right, let's go inside.
¿Cómo estás?
Bene, Lisa Ling, welcome to Spoonful of Paolo.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
I am really excited to have you on our show.
Thanks.
Really, this is great, so thank you for being here.
Well, you're adorable. I'm so happy to.
Well, you're adorable too, so thank you. Okay, so your show, Our America, comes June 10th.
Right.
Okay. Very excited because I was just telling Lisa before, it's one of my favorite shows on OWN. So I am so excited. So yeah, great. But before we start talking about that, your career, you started working at Channel 1, right?
I started working in TV for a show called Scratch, but I spent 7 years at Channel 1 after Scratch.
Yeah, because your career, you pretty much have done you've been in the same career path, which is pretty amazing that you still have been so focused. Obviously, it's what's meant to be for you to be doing this, And how does that make you feel that you've been on this great journey in life?
I've been working as a broadcaster for over 20 years and spent the bulk of that working as a journalist. And, I feel so lucky to be able to be the witness for so many stories and so many people, and to be able to communicate a lot of these stories. And it's true, I have done it for a long time, and I really feel like, that God in some ways has blessed me with these opportunities, and so sharing them is something that is very, very important to me.
Gosh, before we start talking about Our America, I was in New York last week. We interviewed Sherry Shepherd, and of course she says hello to you.
Yeah, I love her.
Tell Lisa I said she loves you too. And when I was flying back, I was by myself and I was thinking, what does Lisa Ling do when she's not investigating or working? Can I find you at a bar drinking a margarita, or are you at the library? No, because where would I be? Where do you have your fun when you're not working? Because you are a workaholic,
I know, and everyone thinks that I lead this really serious life. I mean, I'm kind of boring. It's not like
I don't think
like crazy party, but I love to go out. I love to go dancing. And I love to, have drink wine with my friends. I'm someone who I don't like a lot of big crowds, but I love to go for dinner with my friends and
catch up.
I'm a crazy shopper. I mean, I'm Asian. Come on. I read a lot, and I have a pretty normal life. I'm pretty low key. I drive a Prius. I'm not a fancy person, and
I love it. That's what I love about you, because everyone knows who you are. So and one time someone said they saw you flying Southwest, and wait, you saw Lisa Ling. I'm like, see, she's very normal, very cool. Yeah. Okay, so with Our America, like I said, comes back January 10th. Where did that title come from? How did you come up with Our America?
So initially, when I was first offered this series, the show was supposed to be called Inside with Lisa Ling. I would be going in to explore, going inside certain communities. And as I started working on the shows and shooting them, I realized that I want people to take ownership of all of these stories and cultures and people, and the good, bad, the ugly. And so I thought, let's call this Our America, so that we all kind of take responsibility for what and who we are.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was something.
And with your show too, what I think is so fascinating is that you go to the guests, you go to the people who you're going to talk with, because what do you think that does for the audience seeing that? Because on a show, usually the guests go to them and they have this platform. But what makes it different with Our America, that we get to see you go to their their atmosphere, their community, to understand what's going on?
So many of the people who agree to be featured on our show share with us such personal things, and so I think they really appreciate that we're going to them. And truly, I sometimes visit some very challenging environments, places that are not fancy, are not nice. They're just challenged environments, and I'm so happy in those environments. I feel so alive, and I'm learning. And for me, when I stop learning is when I'm dead. And for me, I really believe that the more we know, the more we learn about each other, the better we are as
I love
people.
that. Yes.
Yeah, I really do believe that.
You know what? Out of all the episodes that you've been taping, can you tell me what's one that was challenging for you going to do this?
I mean, the sex offender episode that I did the first season was powerful, just because they are the pariahs of our culture, but yet they're still human beings who were born of a mother who loved him or her. And so we wanted to just try and better understand like how someone could become like that, or what, how and why they think. And it was very difficult for me to not sit across from someone who had violated a child and not want to condemn him.
Wow.
It was very, very hard, but you know, that's not my job. Like, I just want to hear people's story.
Gosh, you know, you've had like so many people in such like desperate condition. How does that affect you?
Me.
Or
I'm a
like,
wreck.
but how does it affect you, or your faith in humanity, or even your faith in God when you go there?
That's why I've struggled with faith for so long, because I've constantly said, like, if there's a God, how can he allow all this stuff to happen? And my husband sent this incredible poem to me, and the last line is, it said, I made you. Like, I'm constantly questioning, like, why God, why God? And in this poem it said, because I made you. Because we constantly are questioning other people, like, why is this happening?
Right.
Whereas maybe we should say, maybe there's something I can be doing. Maybe there is, I can provide comfort for these people. And for me as a journalist, I am trying to raise awareness about a lot of these
And don't you think that, I mean,
cultures
what I've
and
learned from the
stories.
Oprah show and your show, that God, I feel that is in us, and that is the message that you were trying to let awareness for all of us and have
Absolutely,
an open mind.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think that's kind of the role that I've been given, you know.
Yeah.
In a way, it's the role that God has bequeathed upon me,
Yeah.
like to communicate, to share stories, and to try and raise awareness so that people can think differently and possibly become better people as a result.
Yeah.
Less judgmental.
I just admire our America because I could see the faith, like the passion you have when you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what draws your audience. What response are you getting from the viewers? Like when they come up to you, I'm
Right.
curious, what do they say to you? Are they thanking you?
I always tell my team, I wish they could live in my shoes for a day, because not a day goes by when women and men come up to me and say, like, I never knew that the polygamous culture was like that, or
Yeah.
I never really realized that, you know, these gay kids can have strong faith in God as well. And for me, it's so gratifying when people have these kinds of epiphanies when watching Our America.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's about, you know, provoking people to think beyond what they normally think about day to day.
You know, for the new viewers who are going to be watching this season, how can you describe it in a few sentences, what to expect from this season in Our America?
This season of Our America is incredibly diverse. Like, we cover so many different kinds of stories, and some of these stories you've heard about, some of the stories you might even be appalled by, but I guarantee that we will introduce you to a different aspect of it that you never imagined you would experience.
It's true. Like, everyone needs to watch Our America, you know. And before we go, like, I was just thinking as I was flying, I did a lot of thinking when I was flying.
Good.
Where has Lisa Ling not been? So I need you to show me,
Okay.
where exactly have you not been that you want to go to? Because it would be interesting to know.
I'll show you exactly where. Like, right about here is Mongolia.
Oh, you haven't been to
And
Mongolia?
I've always wanted to go to Mongolia. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and right in there is Croatia.
Croatia,
And
yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Croatia. So I went to Cuba a couple of months ago. That was the top of my bucket list. And so those two, Morocco and Turkey as well, but those are up there.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
this has been great. Don't forget, everyone, Our America comes back on June 10th. I mean, and you have to watch it. I've seen the first couple episodes, and there's no word to describe it. Just amazing. And you have opened a lot of our minds, and I just commend you and adore you. So
Oh,
thank you very
grazie.
much. Grazie
Thank
prego,
you.
okay?
Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time on A Spoonful of Paolo. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Oh, so much. Oh, what a joy.
great.
Thank you.